here, this is an arm prototype being demonstrated to show the near natural movement of the hand and arm. Now, a normal upper extremity, including the hand and the fingers, has over 20 different ways, 27 different ways it can move. This hand, at this point, is built to perform all of them. And as you see, it even can move between touch the fingers and to the thumb tip in a way that would allow for great dexterity. Here's an example of being able to pick up an object, move it, manipulate it. One can see the potential with this kind of movement for performing the kinds of activities of daily living that the paralyzed can't do. A person could use this hand to answer the phone, to feed him or herself, potentially even to get out of bed. Now, this may not seem like much what you're seeing right now, but imagine being paralyzed from the neck down, not being able to feed yourself, to be outfitted with this arm, if indeed it proves to be of sufficient safety and effectiveness to warrant getting to market, and allowing someone to take a drink of water, something that people can't do when they're paralyzed. So the potential impact to some very basic human functions that make those who are affected by these disorders feel like normal people is truly phenomenal to consider. Now here's an interesting part. The engineer operating the arm actually makes a little mistake here. See, the wrench drops, and yet the device has enough dexterity to get the prosthetic hand back onto the wrench and pick up the object and perform the function. Now, I'm not suggesting that wrench maneuvering is the critical task that people who are paralyzed need, but it shows the degree of control that this arm prototype has at this point. Now, remember, this is a prototype, and there's still the component of studies that include placing the sensor on the surface of the brain and performing the clinical trials to provide reasonable assurance that that's a safe and effective approach before this would make it to market. But the timeline that DARPA proposes tends to be pretty aggressive.
Very impressive. Thank you very much, Jonathan.